Day 35. Today's been a bit just bleh, and I don't really know why. It's just kind of the way it is. I mean, it's not been like horrendous like it can be or used to be or whatever, but the ability to actually enjoy things hasn't really been there today. And it was just a bit of a difficult day to work through. I mean, it's nowhere near as bad as the days that I've had to deal with before, which I suppose kind of emphasises to me how bad those days were, because I'm nowhere near as low as I was then, but still even found being here really difficult today. And I don't know why I haven't done anything different in the last 2 days than I've done in the last couple of weeks when everything's been really good. Nothing's happened, nothing's gone wrong, nothing should have affected me and changed my kind of mood or well-being, but it's just kind of dropped right down. And some of the things that weren't affecting me when I was much happier in the last couple of weeks, and therefore didn't get kind of stuck in thinking about them, I kind of started happening again. I didn't get as ruminatey or trapped in those thoughts and feelings like I usually would, but they kind of kept coming in at different times of the day and changing my emotional state, and you know, my heart starts pounding and beating quite quickly, and my chest feels tight and my body all kind of feels very warm, and it becomes difficult to focus, and I get that kind of greying out feeling that I talked about before, and the world just feels like a different place. It doesn't feel colourful, it doesn't feel vibrant and beautiful, it feels kind of grey and uninviting. And I think it's a little bit like when you have a cold and it's really hard to breathe for a while, and you kind of promise yourself in that moment that when you can breathe properly again, you'll never take having an unblocked nose for granted again. But by the time you're better, you kind of forgot what it felt like to have the blocked nose in the first place. Well, that's what's kind of happened in the last couple of weeks, where I've been feeling a lot better. I mean, now, like I say, I'm nowhere near as low as I know I can be. But I think you forget. But I think I forget how difficult it is. And the actual kind of physical element to it all, whereas it's actually painful and I feel sick. And because of the physical feelings, I don't want to eat or drink water or anything, and then by the end of the day I'm just exhausted. And I've now got a migraine developing, which isn't a new thing, it's something that I've had for as long as I can remember, and in the last probably 5 years I've kind of had them every few days. If I take the right medication and catch it early, then it tends to be fine, and it lasts about 20 minutes, and it's just my vision that is a bit hazy. If I don't catch it, sometimes it's like 5 days of just hell. And actually I hadn't had one for the last couple of weeks where I've been feeling better, so I'm just wondering now if the physiological aspects of my mental health are what causes the migraine. So I've, over the years, kept different diaries of food and things to try and figure out what it is to stop it happening, but there's never been a logical link. But as I said, for the last couple of weeks I haven't actually had one, and now, you know, a day later, a day after starting to feel in a darker place again, it's back. And it's all sorts of horrible things, like my vision goes blurry like it would on Crime Watch when they blur out somebody's face and I can't really see things properly, and I get pins and needles in weird places like my tongue or my arm, you know, random limbs or whatever. And I start to not be able to think of what words mean, like I forget what the word for a chair is or whatever, and I start to lose my balance and feel dizzy, and everything's just horrible. And it's frustrating because I haven't changed anything from the last couple of days, and It's horrible when you can feel things dropping and you're kind of going, no, stop, please, anything, just stop. And you can't, and ultimately you feel like that's your fault because it's your brain that's thinking about stuff and making you feel different ways, and it's hard to kind of see it as an external force that you're fighting against. You just feel like you don't want to fight because it's just you that's there. I'm not wording things very well because of my migraine, but you get the point, I'm sure. And I'm going to leave it there because I can't, as I say, properly word things. So share, subscribe, and I will see you tomorrow.